Okay, yeah, this is Luna, but this isn't really about the price or the speculation. This is just a reminder of what can happen when you read in between the lines. And this doesn't mean that this is going to be good or going to be bad, but I'm going to bring up this TikTok, the last few videos. I'm talking about, hey, listen up, if you hold Luna, tomorrow might lead to a big move. This was yesterday, you know, Luna Classic. I'm essentially saying if you're in, if you kind of have any idea of what's going on, this isn't for, this next minute or so isn't for you, but basically Luna crashed and they're thinking about doing a kind of a reset in a fork, and the old Luna, or the Luna as we know it now, would become Luna Classic. The question I kept having before we knew that it was going to be Luna Classic, if it's accepted in the next 24 hours or so, is what happens to this one. And then when they updated the proposal and said, hey, this one becomes Luna Classic, I'm like, this is a hell of an opportunity, because we have 3 zeros in front of it still, and I believe regardless of how, you know, the new Luna is taken, it's probably going to pull this up over time, because the peasants and the normal folk that I am, we will be able to buy more of this. And if, let's say, the new Luna is taken badly, people will revert to this and the purists and say this is still providing value. If the new Luna is taken good over time, it'll pull it up, just because not everybody knows the difference. They'll go to buy Luna and they'll see this Luna Classic. And so anyway, there's a lot of possibilities. But what I'm trying to say is we've been talking about this for a few days now. And then I wake up and I'm looking at the when you search Luna in this article that was published, let's see here, pretty recently. Look at the headline. Is it a good time to buy Terra Lunas before the upcoming hard fork? Now they're talking about it. I was talking about it yesterday and the day before. So this isn't a, hey, I'm thinking about it ahead of time. That's not what this is. I don't care about that. This is, in general, if you start to think about these things before they happen, you might have an opportunity. Now, of course, I'm not sitting here saying, hey, and by the way, this is the 1 hour chart. I'm not saying, hey, it's going to go up, hey, it's going to go down. I'm saying keep an eye on it, because depending on how the media starts to spin these stories, they start to, you know, bring up, hey, you know, they spent a bunch of money trying to save it. Hey, Binance's CEO used to have a few billion in Luna, now it's worth like 3 grand. Like, depending on how they spin this and how the new proposal, and if it's accepted, it will determine what happens with this price. Now, honestly, it looks like this price is kind of waiting to hear what's going to happen. And by the price, I mean like the people that are buying and selling it are waiting to see, hey, is this new plan going to be accepted? And if it is, I guarantee the minute that happens, something's going to happen. You know, I don't know if it's going to go up or down. I'm not too worried about it either way. I believe at some point, just to give you an idea, that the media will throw some FUD in there and it'll drive this price down. Like, if the proposal's accepted, it's real easy to grab onto a narrative and say, oh, well, this one's pretty much worthless now because it's just going to be a Luna Classic. Or they'll spin it like there's not a lot of value in the network and the price could plummet. Now, not financial advice, do your own research, but I have limit orders starting here and going all the way down, because I believe that if this just continues to exist and they accept this plan and this is classic, I think over time people will start to pick up on this Luna story. It's so new. It's so new. And as mass media, this will be the thing. Okay, so like, remember like at different times when, you know, you go home for like to see your family, or you go out with your friends, and people that have no interest in anything crypto or anything like that start talking about it. That's when you have to get worried, okay? Because that was happening back when Bitcoin was at the top. So it's just kind of a reminder that at some point, people that you don't think are into this will start talking. Did you hear about what the Luna? When the mass, like, normal news in the media, or the way like that people normally find their information, start talking about this, I believe in general, over time, this price will go up. Now, it might go down first, and that'll even be scarier, but to me, that'll be an opportunity. It goes down, it goes up, It is what it is, but I think that people will want to be a part of this story and not really understand what's behind it, and they will start dropping zeros off this price. And don't come at me with the whole market cap thing, and no, it can never reach a penny, and no, it can never reach like 2 pennies or 8 cents or whatever. You don't know what's going to happen with how they burn it or how any buyback, like no one knows. All I know is this is kind of reminding me, and I know it's not Dogecoin, but like back when Dogecoin had a bunch of zeros in front of it and then it blew up because everybody wanted to be a part of it. They'll talk about these gains. They'll talk about these gains. Media will start talking about these gains, not just crypto and financial media. From like, here to here, 100x plus gains. X, not percent, X. $1, $100. It was more than that. I did buy some down here. I didn't buy a lot. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. But unfortunately, I bought some. So anyway, I'm just keeping an eye on the story. I'm just reminding you that it's just, if you sit back and wait for the news and the media to tell you and tell you things and ask you questions, it's already too late. So I was talking about it a few days ago, and I don't care. I don't care about, I was talking about it first. I'm just trying to remind you that, and this isn't just with Luna, this is with anything that's about to come out or something news. If you're following it, don't discredit, don't devalue your own time and your own research, because most people, I was talking to somebody yesterday, aren't thinking about this. It was just like a random Monday, whatever PM time, dinner time, people are eating, people are watching Netflix and whatever the hell they're doing. And I'm sitting here talking about speculating stories on how this is all going to play out. If you're invested in something like this, there's a good chance you're going to see something that other people aren't talking about yet. And by the time that they start talking about it on a mass level, you've missed it. Okay, so when they start talking about Luna, at your next family get-together, the move has already been made. Maybe it's a penny then. I don't know. Maybe it's just got 2 zeros in front of it. Maybe it's got 6 zeros in front of it and it totally crashed. Who the hell knows? Do your own research, make your own decisions. I'm just letting you know that along this whole journey, once we have a little bit more information and it moves, I'll make my moves, and then we'll get back to the trading challenge that I wanted to start and did start last week, but this kind of took priority, and I'm glad that I spent the time. I mean, I literally remember the Thursday that this was happening. I also remember a few days before this, I did buy Luna at $25, and I bought some at $1, and I bought some at 0.0000, like 6 zeros and then a 9. And I bought some with 5 zeros. So I was literally sitting here at my desk watching these charts and eating some average bland soup, and that was the moment, that night was the moment that when I woke up the next day and saw what I bought, several multiples of what I paid for it, it was sort of my intro to this Luna situation. And then the next day after that, I saw it, go up again and again and again. And of course, yeah, it came down. But I've sold some. I bought on the way down. I've sold on the way up. I bought, sold, bought, sold. I'm sitting okay. Of course, yeah, it would have been great to sell everything that I had up here and then just, could have bought back in. But that's not how it works. You do the best you can with what you got. And that's what I'm doing. And I wish the same for you.